started here. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you had a good Monday as well and you're ready for what we got for you this week.
Hi everybody.
All right, so we got one good round here coming up. We're going to be getting into a lot of those posterior muscles tonight, especially on the leg side of things. So get your mind ready. I got a real good one planned for you. However, 3 exercises, 1 time through, 20 repetitions each for all 3 of these movements. First things first, here is going to be a windmill today. So I want you to get into a nice big wide stance, even more so than you are traditionally are. Hands are out T position, not too high, not too low. And from there, knees are slightly bent throughout the entirety of this time. Remember, whenever we're telling you straight legs, always keep that slight bend in the knee. Elbows the same thing. That way we avoid hyperextensions, all right? So opposite hand and foot, keeping those legs extended, pushing the hips out, and trying to get as close to that toe or to that toe as you can. If you're not quite ready to reach that foot, do not overcompensate by bending at the knee more so than you are at the start, just to get there. If you can't reach today, just worry about building up that mobility and functionality to reach that point in the future. So we got 20 reps there, no modifications at all about how far can you reach. 20 total. However, last thing I want to include is when you see these touches, make sure you give a slight hesitation in the middle, so that way you're not just going back and forth, but slight hesitation. That way you fully extend through those hips, because remember, you still are warming up those gluteus maximus muscles, all right? So moving on here, we got good mornings. So standing in place, now you're going to reduce that amount of separation you have between the feet and go to that more traditional shoulder width stance. Knees are still slightly bent, and then from there, everything else is going to be hip dependent. Hands are going to be up behind the head. That's going to help you ensure you keep the spine flat. You don't start dropping the shoulders and rounding the spine. You want to keep that area flat, so that way we continue to engage the glutes, the hamstrings, and so on. So knees are slightly bent, hands behind the head. From there, you're going to keep that eyes forward as you push those hips behind you. And back to the top. Good. So with this move, what you should be feeling is more so like a stretch in the back of your legs, right there beneath the glute, at the top, and right at the top of the kneecap. So right in between that area, the hamstring, you should feel a stretch, a pull there that lets you know that you are contracting and implementing those proper muscles. And just like the first one, you got 20 total. And last but certainly not least, we're going to shoulder taps. So get into that push-up plank position. Feet here in this position, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be separated as much as you need them to be able to keep those hips low and stable. And without turning the hips over, just bringing that hand and shoulder and alternating through. All while keeping those hips low. As you bring that hand up, that's going to want to add some instability in between the hips, but it's going to be your job to focus through, keep those things parallel to the floor, try not to turn them over, so you should feel a lot of engagement in that core. So that's going to be more so the focus than the shoulder tap alone. The shoulder tap itself is just going to add that instability again, but I want you to focus on keeping the hips tight, parallel, core engaged, all right? So those are our 3. We got 20 reps each. Quick recap, starting off 20 windmills, going to be 10 each way. Slight hesitation in the middle, knees are slightly bent. Shifting over as we reduce that amount of space between the feet. Good mornings, hands behind the head, chest is high, eyes are forward, knees are still slightly bent as you push those hips out. Squeeze those glutes at the top, full hip extension. Last but not least, shoulder taps, 10 touches each side, alternating through. 20 total reps, all right? Hips are low and parallel to the floor. Let's go ahead and get it started. All right, windmills here to get started. Go ahead and spread out if you got a partner. That way you guys don't take one of each other's eyes out or backhand someone. Go ahead and get a little space. Knees are bent. Ready, and round 1. 2. Remember that slight hesitation in the center here? That way we can full extension through the hips. Big wide stance. And if you're not getting as close to that toe as you would like, maybe separate those feet a little more. Maybe a little bit too narrow and upright, and you can't reach there, not because of the lack of functionality, but just because you're too tall right now. So separate, get a little lower, give yourself more room to extend and reach over. Slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the knees.
One more each side, and you got it.
All right, next up, good mornings. Just bring those feet in about shoulder width apart. Still a slight bend in the knee. I'm gonna go sideways here so you can see. We're bleeding through the hips, so those hips should be pushing out behind you. So that way your head and everything stays neutral, but you feel the pull on the back side. So hands back, eyes up, and heels are flat. Let's go. 20 total. 1, get a nice good pull. Warm those hamstrings up. Keeping those eyes forward, so as you see me come down here into the camera, my eyes are still on what's in front of me. That way I'm less likely to drop the shoulders, round the spine, which is what we don't want. So keep those eyes up. See your target. Good. Squeeze at the top. Squeeze at the top. Last but not least, take it to the floor. Feet spread as much as you need to. Opposite hand and shoulder, of course. 10 each side, 20 all together. Keep those hips focused. Ready, set, go. All right, there you have it. All right, that is today's workout. Thank you guys for coming in, getting that good work in. Hopefully that heart rate is elevated. Hopefully you felt all of that. Hopefully that body is just rattled and ready for some recovery time. Game's coming on about 9 o'clock, so we will see you back here Thursday, same time, same place.
Thanks a funny guy.
All right, guys, timer's going. We got about 1 minute from this point here, then we're gonna go ahead and jump into tonight's circuit. Not too long, but definitely very challenging. Giving you some heads up while you recover now. It's gonna take a lot of patience and stability with this workout. So don't try to rush these movements. Take your time with them. Let your body move and reach all those different ranges of motion, and try to stay as balanced and focused as you can, or else you'll just find yourself extremely frustrated with a lot of moves if balance is something that you don't have a lot of today. So we're gonna be working on a little bit of that, so get yourself ready for it. Got about 25 seconds. I'm gonna grab me a drink of water, and let's go ahead and introduce you to what we got. All right, so as I said, a lot of stability in this movement. In these movements here, we got 4 rounds coming up, 4 different exercises. So first thing first is gonna be push-ups with a shoulder tap. Some I just like to call push taps. We got 10 reps today. Remember, 4 rounds. 4 total rounds. So just like with our shoulder taps that we just did in our warm-up, now we're gonna add a push-up in between each touch. So every push-up, every shoulder tap, 1 push-up. So not 2 shoulder taps per push-up, all right? Make sure you understand that, or you're gonna be doing a little extra work, which won't kill you, but it's not something that I'm requiring that you do right now. So make sure you're paying close attention to that. Per push-up, 1 shoulder tap. So just like with that shoulder tap in our warm-up, keep those hips stable. Once you bring that hand off the mat, expect, especially as you're breaking muscles down as you're going with the push-up, for your body to get a little bit unstable. So try to really be intentional in that aspect of the movement, and try not to turn those hips over. So hands are right outside of shoulder width. Feet are spread as much as you need to here, whether you're on your knees or not. From there, breathing in on the way down as you lower that chest. Breathe out on the way up, and at the top, shoulder tap, and then from there, right into a push-up. So as you see, 1 shoulder tap per push-up. So there's going to be, what is that, 10 total shoulder taps, all right? 5 each way, 10 total push-ups. So remember, you're going to have 5 taps each shoulder there. So try not to do any more. Not 2 per push-up. 1 shoulder tap, push-up. 1 shoulder tap, push-up. And one thing to really think about here.
Guys, count the push-ups.
And remember, this is patience. That's why I didn't give a lot of movements. They're challenging enough. We got enough reps. But the one thing to keep in mind with this is complete 1 motion before you start the next. The biggest thing I see with this movement in real time here is that people, before they complete that push-up and reach the top, coming back up, they're already trying to bring that opposite hand off the floor and touch that shoulder, and it just causes you to drop the hip, look a little sloppy, and you forcing the hand back down, which over time can also make you feel a lot of discomfort in your wrist. So to avoid that, take your time, push up, breathe in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. Once you get to the top, shoulder tap with a nice stable hip position, and then repeat. Don't rush it, take your time. We got nothing but it. Moving on to movement number 2 here, or actually real quick, like I said, you can use your knees for that movement there. I recommend today that do not use an elevated surface for these push-ups. I want to see everybody go ahead and take it to the floor. Get used to pushing a little bit more of your body weight from that floor angle, so that way you build up to it, and it just makes it a little bit more challenging from the core in that position. So, moving on to move number 2 here, we have single leg RDLs, or actually split lunges. Sorry about that, split lunges. So we're going to get into a natural split stance, and again, lots of balance today, lots of balance. So we're not going to step out and step in. We're going to get into that natural split. First things first, guys, make sure you got enough separation in between the front leg and the back leg. And I'm not talking about the width, I'm literally talking about the length in between the two, all right? The length in between the two, the distance you create. So from there, back heel is elevated on that back foot, the toe is down, all right? Heel is focused, weight here on the front leg is gonna be focused to the back of the foot. Toe is not gonna be pressed through, that way you keep the knee from being discomfort and keep all the pressure on that quad on this front leg, the glute and the hamstring on the back leg. Hands on hips for balance purposes there. Those arms are weight, so it will throw you off if they're flailing left to right. So to keep you more balanced, tuck them on your side. That way you're straight up and down, as narrow as you possibly can be. And then from there, just dropping down in a vertical motion. Try not to shift forward, but dropping down, pushing through the toe on the back leg on the way down, and then driving through the heel on the front foot on the way back up. All right? So as you've seen Larissa do there, nice and stable. If you need more of a balance, you guys can use a wall, opposite hand and foot. So if your right hand is on the wall here, that means your left leg is gonna be the front leg. That way you can use that side there and not be in an awkward position with the other leg going up and that same hand on the wall. It gives you better balance to be opposite hand and foot. And if you are doing that, only use about a fingertip of touch to the wall. That way you're not too dependent on it and you're building up your own balance and stability so you can eventually move away from having to depend on holding on to different objects, all right? It's gonna be tough, but you guys are all more than capable. Let's go ahead and get that done. No modification, the only modification really is the wall as I mentioned, and everything else is about how deep you drop in that lunge. Try to keep the back knee elevated, and again, try not to shift forward here in this position where you put more pressure in the knee, but actually drop vertical where you're going down, bending that back knee. Try to keep it elevated, but you feel the work on that back posterior side, glute and hamstring, and then a quadricep on the front leg. All right, move number 3 here, we have inchworms into a high knee. Inchworms into a high knee. So one of my favorites here, we only got 6 reps here, so not very much, but we're still working. A lot of balance, a lot of stability. Going back to the upper body. So knees are slightly bent. From there, hinching the hips out, coming down. Walk yourself all the way down into a push-up plank position. Once you get in that position there, you're going to drive those knees up to the opposite elbow, crossing over the body, one at a time, and then walk yourself back to the top. All right? So you see a lot of instability being added with the legs coming off the floor, but try not to turn those hips over too much. Just drive that knee up and as much control and as much explosion as you possibly can, all right? So 6 reps there, down and up, all the way. So make sure at the end of every rep, you're back in that full standing position before you go back down. And this is the same motion as the good morning, all right? Now you're just going all the way to the floor, but it's the same concept when you had those hands here, pushing the hips out. So I still want you to lead through the hips, feeling that stretch in the back of those legs each and every way down, and then get to the bottom and cross over with the knee, keeping the hips nice and tight, back up to the top. 6 total reps. Last but not least, now, we've done this move a few times before. This move can be very, very frustrating for a lot of people, myself included. So, really be patient. When I talk about patience, this is the main movement that I'm talking about tonight that's going to require you to be patient with it and actually allow your body to do what it's naturally supposed to do in this motion, all right? This is going to be our single leg RDL. We got 10 reps each side here. You're not using any extra weight, but you're just trying to balance and control as much as your own body weight on one leg here. It's kind of like the flamingo move too to some people. So you're going to be in a nice upright, tall position. Knee is always slightly bent on the downside, all right? From there, I want you guys to lead through with the opposite leg. Our goal with this opposite leg that's going to elevate is to get it up as high as we can, to get us as flat as we can at the same time, and feeling a stretch on the back side of that leg there. So like I said, getting a lot of lower body back leg work. So from there, leading through the foot, you guys are going to lead that heel off the ground as you go. That test is going to drop. Knee is slightly bent, feeling that stretch. Go as low as you can, as high as you can with the back leg, and control back to the top. So nice, slow, and patient. You can use the wall here just like with the lunges. Same concept, opposite arm and leg. So if the left leg is the downside, right hand is to the wall, and you're just going down, elevating that back foot, using that wall as much as you can, coming back up, all right? So back heel, nice and tall. And notice, just like with the other moves we've done, those eyes are staying forward. So I'm never dropping my head and dropping my shoulders. I'm keeping everything nice and tall here. As I lead through that back foot, I like to lead that back foot out so I know that's where I'm going to start. So before I even begin to bend at the torso, my back leg is going to take me to that position. Once I get there, feel that stretch, back to the top, and then repeat, all right? Hands are into the side. That way you guys got a lot more balance so you're not falling. It does happen a lot. See it every day when I do this movement. So be patient with it. Don't allow yourself to get overly frustrated, and try to just get as much as you can done, getting that back leg up as high as you can. We got 10 reps on each leg here, 4 sets. Now I said a lot there in that introduction. So again, patience and stability is going to be the focus. If you get in trouble there, just remember, slow it down, keep the core nice and tight, and allow your body to just balance and stabilize itself as much as it can, all right? That's going to be your challenge for our workout today. So music's going to go back up. We're going to jump into the round 1, and let's go ahead and get it done. Once you fill them out, you get it done, then you know what to expect, and we just make corrections and improvements as the rounds go on. All right. All right, push up into a shoulder tap. 10 total, 5 shoulder taps each side, all right? Alternate. 1 tap per push-up. 1 tap per push-up. Can't say I didn't warn you, all right? Ready, set, go. Halfway in here if you're keeping our pace. Feeling that good. Finish those up. Be sure, guys, you're breathing in as you lower that chest down. Breathe out as you power back through those palms, lifting that weight back up. Hit that full extension, shoulder tap, not dropping and turning over those hips. First move done. Next up, split lunges. 10 with each foot forward. And again, back heel on that foot is elevated, toe down. Front leg, foot is flat. Weight is focused through the heel. That way you should feel a lot of pressure on that quad, not in the knee, and a lot in that back hamstring and in that glute, all right? 10 each way. Ready? And go.
Alright guys, other side, right into it. And let's go.
6 reps here, 6 reps, all the way down and up, just like the good morning. Drive through those hips, walk all the way out. Drive that opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Nice tight core throughout. And we are off. More. Woo. All right. Last but not least, most patient move of the circuit. 10 reps each side. Get that heel up. Follow that back leg all the way up, keeping those eyes forward. Oh, quick correction. Sorry about that. 8 reps each side here. 8 reps. 16 total. 8 and 8. My mistake. Good catch before we start. Knees slightly bent. Hands on hips. And you are off. I must admit, I was shocked. I was hoping that when I did a few of those practice reps that I wouldn't fall over and look stupid, like when I do it with people in the gym trying to show them, hey, you want to balance, and I immediately fall over on the first one. I'm like, damn, I don't even got this. So I'm glad I look good. I think I got a little better at those. So good deal. First round is down. You've seen it, you've done it, now you know what to expect. Like I said, if there's room for it, let's clean it up. Let's try to be even better going into round two. We got about 30 seconds from this point here. Let's go ahead and get started.
Guys, we know we kind of talked a lot at the beginning here, but as you see now, this is a very, very short circuit. So we're going to go through this very quickly, kind of like we do with the core. So we'll get a lot of rounds in a very short period of time. So grab that quick drink of water, show us some love in the comments, and then head straight back to the mat because we're getting started.
This one's for you. All right. Music is back up. You done felt it. Round two. Let's go. 10 push-ups, 5 shoulder taps each side. Let's go. to the knee, high knee. Explosive knees, get them, tuck them under the chest. Low hips, extend through.
Gotta keep those legs as straight as you can. Challenge that hamstring flexibility. RDLs, guys, RDLs. 8 on each. Go ahead and get right into it. Notice how you're ready.
Remember, lead through that back foot. Let that back foot take you there before you ever drop the chest.
Good, guys, good. Finish it up. That's round 2 completed. Let us know when you finish that second round, grab a quick drink of water, and then we're going to do it all over again, guys.
Let us know, guys. Are you struggling with your balance? Are you doing good with this workout right now? Let us know, how are you coping with what we have you doing tonight in this moment. So, what move is the most challenging? What are you enjoying? Hop in that comment section and let us know a little bit. Split load, 10 to 10.
RDL. Slow down that pace, get control back.
Yep, one more.
One more, guys.
3 down, 1 to go.
We're getting high volume here, so quick water break, one more round. Show us some love, and then head back to the mat.
Don't be surprised. I come with this for you, shorty. I don't know if you really want for me, and I sort of doubt it, but I'm about it when it comes to giving you loving. Shorty ain't nothing better than real love. I want to give you a real hug, a real kiss, and tell you that you want this. I know that I'm all of this, because I'm out here sort of lost in the game, but I feel the pain and loneliness in my heart. And you shoot, you're alone at the action, got to stop. Shorty, come be with me tonight. Shorty, I love
All right, last time through. Nothing else needs to be said. You know what to do. Let's put this one behind us and move forward. Last 10 push-ups. And go. Breathe in on the way down.
My love was worth more than a weight per ounce. Even though Shorty wasn't supermodel, she loved the lot, so I miss Shorty when she moved up off the block, yo. I wanna hold Shorty. I sort of like girls that's big, dig the girls that's skinny too. As long as she's good, she's pretty, she can do what she do. Pretty on the inside and pretty on the outside.
All right, lunges, last set.
I'm like, alright, we can do this. Yo, Shorty, you can do this. Single man was part of the plan, a part of the riches, a part of the wealth. I know it might be bad for my health, so I'm aware that you, I'm a rookie. Yo, Shorty wanna bite me like I'm a cookie. Shorty, I love all in my head. Lay inside my bed. She don't wanna get up. She wanna stay.
Doing great, guys. 2 more moves left. 2 more. Right, inchworms. Get it done. Last set of RDLs, guys. Last time. Slow and steady wins the race with you. Nice and controlled. Remember, the main move is hinging
All right, guys, 15 minutes left to go, 16 to be exact. So let me get this one out the way really fast here. Very simple. 3 exercises, 20 reps each here, 3 rounds. First things first, go ahead and get flat on your back. First 2, just get very comfortable. These movements are going to require the same positioning, so you can transition from one right to the next here. Actually, all 3 to be exact. What am I saying? So just get flat on your back here. First things first, extended flutter kicks. So remember, with this move, let's go ahead and start with one leg elevated, one leg down. And with those legs, make sure those heels are pushed out, where you're feeling a lot of this still on the back side of the legs, all right? And from there, keeping the back flat, you're gonna alternate, just bringing the legs all the way up. Full extension, so as high and as low as you can go. If you're feeling a lot of this in your lower back, go ahead and bring the feet to a resting position at the bottom. As you alternate, that's just to relieve tension if you're not able to keep the feet elevated. And if you're still not good enough there, just keep one leg down, go 10 straight, and then go ahead and switch to that opposite side. Next up here, we got scissor kicks. So now still in that position, you're gonna bring the feet anywhere from 6 to 8 inches off the ground. This is gonna be for more advanced folks here. The lower, the harder it's gonna be. And then from there, you're just gonna separate those feet and then alternately cross them on each one here. 20 total, every cross is 1, all right? And if that's too low for you, just bring the feet up higher in the air, even all the way to being as immediately over the top of the body. That's obviously going to be the easiest. The lower you go, the harder it's going to get, all right? So 6 to 8 inches for more advanced folks. Anywhere else above that for people that are a little bit more on the beginner or intermediate side. Find what level's comfortable for you. Either way you are, separation, cross, alternating right over left, left over right. All right, and last but not least, legs back up again. Now this time they're together. We're going basic crunches. So real fast, feet together, legs bent. With the legs up and here not crossed, this is going to be the most advanced. This is going to be the least stabling of the lower extremities. So it's going to force your core, lower core to be exact, to be more engaged, trying to keep those legs in place. If that's a little hard, just cross those feet, take a little bit off so now you can control more of what's going on there. Or if that's still too much as well, just bring those legs all the way straight up top and together, kind of essentially almost taking them out, but you're still kind of engaging them by holding them over the top of the body. So, most advanced, legs are up, hands behind the head. You're just going to reach up and crunch as much as you can. So, you don't have to worry about trying to come all the way up. You just need to come up enough to feel the contraction in those upper ab muscles. If you're doing that, you're just fine. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out on the way back down. Those are your 3 variations. Those are your 3 exercises. Now you have 3 rounds, 20 repetitions every exercise. So extended flutter kicks, every leg going up and down is 1. So 20 reps there, 10 and 10. Scissors, same thing. Every cross is 1, 20 altogether. And then the basic crunches, hands behind the head, feet elevated at whatever level you're most comfortable with. 20 reps, breathing in, squishing up towards the floor. Let's go ahead and get it started. 3 rounds, we'll talk to you at the end. Let's knock it out. Ready, here's the challenge for you. Extended flutter kicks, go. Good, finish that one there, going right into those scissor kicks. Good. Last but not least, legs are up, cross straight together or directly straight up above. Crunches, basic crunch. All right, once you finish that, you got 2 more times through. Like I said, we'll get back to you at the end of this here, get into our few stretches for this Tuesday, and then get you out and meet you back here Thursday. Round 2, if you haven't started already, 20 flutter kicks. make sure those heels are pushed out and those flutter kicks pushed out at the heel, not the toe. Make sure the toe is pulled in towards your chest. All right, scissor kicks, toes pointed out on this one. All right, 20 basic crunches, you know what to do.
Core should be on fire, guys.
As much as I don't like this section, I actually love it because this is what I need most, and it feels good to see abs again. Gotta say.
All right, guys, one more round. Let's go ahead and just finish it off for the night. Let's get it done. Couple minute circuit here in 3,
Heels
2,
are out, heels are out.
1. Let's do it. Scissors, coming up. All
20
right.
basics, 20 basic crunches. This is it. Empty the tank, push through that fatigue.
No stopping, guys. Woo! You did it, guys. Way to go. Way to finish strong. Grab your water very quickly. Actually, just take your water and bring it over to the mat here. We're going to go right into stretching, guys. Right into stretching. So I'm going to grab my water now, and then I'll meet you right back here.
All right, guys, let's go ahead. Face down. I'm going to actually start with the abs because I don't know about you, but for myself, to get you guys to the rest, I got to stretch these out first to make it through because I'm so tight and I feel like at any wrong move here, it's just going to lock up and my abs are going to start playing ping pong in my stomach, it feels like. So let's go ahead and stretch out the abs first. 3 sets. We're going to hold for 7 seconds at the top. All right, so hands are all the way, body's flat to the ground. Hands are outside the chest area. Trying to keep the hips planted as you lift the chest and the eyes up to the ceiling. And up. Down. Good. 2 more. Deep breath in. Up. Down. Good. So start to feel a little relief there. I know I do. Last one. Deep breath in. Up. Down. Excellent. All right. Now I feel like I can get through the rest of these stretches properly without feeling like my abs are going to lock up on me. All right. So start here in this position. 1 knee down. You're going to get into kind of a lunge position. This is going to be a good stretch for those quads and those hip flexors. So 1 leg forward. And just like with the lunge, guys, try not to be too far forward. Let me show you from the side so you can know exactly what I'm saying here. But knee down, foot is forward, but you want to make sure that knee still isn't exceeding past the toe. And now we're going to shift forward getting a stretch on that down leg. So my right knee that's on the ground, I'm feeling the stretch from the bottom, from the top of it, all the way up right there into the hip area. Just hold that position. Keep that torso upright. Try not to lean forward. Be nice and straight. Maintaining that good posture at all times. Guys, get used to it. Get your body in the habit of being nice and straight. And good. Switch it. And push forward. All the way down to the bottom. Legs are out wide here. And with one hand, you're going to reach over to the left with the right hand. So going outside the body. This is going to help you feel a little bit of it in that lower back. You know, my back has been tight, been in the car lately a lot. So this is a good stretch forward here. So if you are experiencing that from long periods of sitting, this is a good way to try to stretch that area out here without tightening and cutting off your circulation like the other one we do. And switch it, left hand to right foot. And guys, also, if you're not able to reach your foot, only go as far as your body's allowed. Don't bend at the knee trying to get there. Actually allow those muscles to be lengthened so you can reach that point one day. Don't skip the steps. You'll never get there in time if you do. Good deal. Now reach out with two hands, grabbing both feet. Left hand to left foot, right hand to right foot. And good. All right, another one of my favorites here. So pay very close attention. I'm going to try to explain this in the best way I can. So you're going to have our left knee out in front of us. We're going to take the right leg and the right knee. We're going to put it to the side of us here in this position. Hopefully you guys can see this well. But your right knee, the outside of that quad is laying to the floor, and that outside foot, and the inside of the right leg is there. I'm still straight up top, but with this position, and now I want to turn outside the body as much as I can, twisting the spine, feeling the stretch in all those different muscles in the legs, along with still stretching out that lower back area. So you're going to go ahead and turn.
Turn over the knee, guys.
Like I said, you should feel a stretch inside that groin area, the quad there, the IT band on the leg down. Depending on how tight you are, go ahead and just keep reaching. Try to also wrap those eyes all the way around you. And as I'm doing here, you can kind of push against the floor for more grip. Kind of help you get a little bit more range. Really challenge that length there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. Perfect, good deal. Let's switch it up. Same thing, opposite way. Right leg is forward, left leg to the side. And from there, turning outside the body, taking those eyes all the way around. All right. Sitting forward here, last few. Right leg is coming back behind you. You know what to come here. So keeping that right leg planted into the floor. Left leg is straight. Try not to go as far as you can without A, bending at the knee here, and B, lifting up on this leg that's bent behind you. All right. Feel a stretch on that quad on the leg that's bent, and go back as far as you can possibly bear. We're gonna hold this one a little longer. Get comfortable there as much as you can. Got one more stretch to go after this, and you're done for the evening. Stay with me, almost there, almost there. We said challenge that range of motion, take this stretching seriously. This will help you recover in between, and it'll also help you reach more gains, help you get more gains by actually letting your muscles respond to the workouts properly, because now they're not overly tightened, they're able to be used in the measure that you're trying to with the workouts. Keep that in mind, stretching is very critical. And good. Let's come up, switch sides. Left leg back, right leg forward. Again, keeping that left leg planted to the ground. Right leg straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and good. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. All right, guys, that is it for this Tuesday here, October 6th. Way to get this month off on a strong note here. Let's go ahead and let's take it into day 2 this week coming up later on. And we're going to pick up that intensity as the week goes on. So mentally get yourself prepared. I got a good one in store for you there to close out this week as we continue to get into these holiday seasons. And if you keep up with some of our Trainer Talk Tuesdays, and you know right now the theme is kind of talking about what are the proper ways to eat right now. A lot of people have the misconception, myself included as I was growing up, that because it's cold outside, now there's a likelihood that you're going to be getting sick. When technically that's not the case. What's really happening is, guys, we're going to be surrounded by a lot of sugar and alcohol and things that's going to weaken the immune system and make you more likely and susceptible to catching any of these illnesses out here that will go around this time of year. So keep those immune systems strong by making healthy decisions, getting a lot of your fruits and veggies in, lean proteins, and doing these kick-ass workouts with us here with Team Never Settle. So just really take care of your immune system throughout this time of year, and you shouldn't have a sniffle at all. It's been a few years for us since we really got sick like that, like chest colds or anything. Really not common. Maybe like the other day when I ate some bad food and my body just kind of lethargic and tired and it just didn't digest correctly. But for the most part, guys, just keep eating healthy, try to make good decisions, even though this is time we spend with the families and so on. Just remember that your health comes first, because without that, then you can't do all those things that you love to do so much, and especially those things you love to do so much at a high level. Whether that's being a parent, what you do in the workplace, or just being a damn good family member. All right, son, daughter, wife, husband, son, all those different things. All right, so that's it for this week here. Go ahead, get out, get to your night, make good healthy choices. We see you back here Thursday. And with that being said, never give up.
Never lose hope.
And never settle. Great workout tonight, good balance. I feel you all kicked ass with that one. Let's see what you do Thursday with what I got planned.